Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Deluxe class Cheetor. And here he is in his, can I say iconic? Yeah, I guess iconic cheetah mode. But since has the I guess movie style flavoring, this cheetah mode is a lot more mechanical than it should be. But yeah, it still looks pretty cool though. Check out that head sculpt. And yeah, those eyes are painted yellow, which is nice. Has quite a bit of detailing. Looks really cool. You can see the visible arms, which is a shame, but it's okay. I think it looks pretty cool. Articulation. The arms can, well, no, the forelimbs can move forward and back. Has a hinge there, and hind legs can go forward and back as well. You can move it a little bit more, but that's like you can like lift this up a little more, but that kind of hits the tail a bit, and that's more for a transformation or more for the robot mode. But yeah, overall really cool. I kind of like the Maximal logo stamped right on top of his head. I don't know why, I find that kind of funny, but it doesn't detract. Oh, and one more feature, he does have an opening and closing mouth. Very cool. So yeah, now let's get on to a transformation. There's not really much else. You can also, hinge these, do this. But again, that's more for transformation, which let me get on to. So first thing, pop these aside and pull this out. This is one of his weapons. Then you fold this back. Oh, the legs you just straighten out like most Cheetor figures. You just straighten it out, and then we'll get to it later. Then you straighten these back. I think fold these back. Back. Like so. And then you lift this up. You like lift that up a bit. And then, and this part was a little finicky, you have to like move these out. Move these out like so. You get his arms in position. And then you come in here and you take off a second accessory, which I was really surprised they added this, which is this little blaster, which we'll get to later. And then we bring this thing down. Let's see, we fold that down a bit, lift this up, and then you bring this assembly down until this pegs into there. See? Come on. There we go. That's one. Come on. There we go. You got both pegs in, and then the cheetah head, you just sort of collapse it inward until it's like this. Rotate the head. He's almost done. All that's left are the legs, which actually do have some transformation. So you rotate these around, and then you lift this up. Like, lift that up. Then you rotate around the legs, bring it down. Like so. So, same thing. Come on. That's right. Lift up. Rotate around. And yeah. So yeah, you can see it's a fairly straightforward transformation, which I really appreciate. Oh, and then also make sure to unpeg this here so that you have some more range. And yeah, there is Cheetor in his robot mode. And as you can see, because if you've seen the trailers or the Voyager class, the Studio Series Voyager class version of Cheetor, he does not look like this in the movie, or at least as far as I know, he doesn't look like this. I'll get into what I feel this is supposed to be in a second, but let me get a close-up here. Check out that nice Cheetor head sculpt. Very nice. And, while we're here, let's do some articulation. So head is on a ball joint, and he can actually look up really high. He can look up straight up. Which is very cool. He can look straight up. That's neat. Arms are also on ball joints. So, all around. There's a swivel there and a bend at the elbow. And then this articulation I thought would be for transformation, but no, it's just its own articulation. He has wrist articulation, so it has a ball joint, as you can see, so it ranges, and they can also move it in. I thought this would be for transformation, but it's not. He just has an extra ball joint there with an extra hinge on both hands, which is very cool. He does have a waist. Legs can go out, forward. Not too far back because of all of these pieces back here, but he does have a swivel there. Whoops. And be careful because this will pop off. And of course that's going to happen while I'm recording. But there you go. Yeah. So yeah, it does swip. So yeah, be careful, I guess, because the swivel kind of pops off. Okay, it doesn't do it on this one. So yeah, it has a swivel there. And a very nice bend at the knee. Nice bend at the knee. As you can see, there's bend. And then the foot can pivot. I think it's on a ball joint. Not a ball joint. I don't know what kind of joint this is called, but it has a little bit of up and down, and side to side. So yeah, he's very posable. When he can stand. There we go. He's very posable. So yeah, very nice figure. Now to his accessories, which are very cool, which are these things. So he has this tail, which when you pull this back, reveals a blade. So he can just hold it, like so. And then this, you flip this out, is a blaster. And I thought it was textured somewhere, but yeah, this is a blaster, which can be stored one of two ways. Well, not stored. He can just hold it normally, but then as you see with this clip back here, you can clip it here, I believe, and store it on and actually have a little bit of a holster to it, which is really cool. Or I think even back here, yeah, or stored back there. I like the holster one a little bit more. But yeah. So yeah, just have him hold it. So yeah, this is Cheetor with his essentially blaster that was stored in his gut and his tail sword. So yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, well, before that, I'm going to do some quick size comparisons. We have Ratchet, Cliff Jumper, and Primal. And then a guest appearance by fellow wavemate Nightbird. Because I got to mention that this Cheetor I got as part of the the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Target exclusive, no, backwards, the Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Jungle 3-pack, which had Cheetor, Nightbird, and one other figure who I will be doing a review of. But yeah, so these two I got at the same time. But like Nightbird, Cheetor will be sold individually, and as far as I'm aware, it's gonna be the same exact figure, just like a Nightbird here. So yeah. So overall, this is a very nice figure. So this is what I think this figure is, because this does not look like anything, unless he gets this design somewhere in the movie, which would be very surprising. Awesome, but very surprising, because he doesn't look like this at all. In fact, what this feels like is a movie style reimagining or movie style homage to the original Beast Wars figure with a whole bunch of references in it. So I mentioned the blaster stored in his gut because the original Beast Wars Cheetor figure from the 90s had a blaster that would be part of his gut, and it was a squirt gun, which is very cool, and this kind of emulated that. And even the tail sword is a reference to the more, I guess, the slightly more recent depiction of Cheetor, which was part of the Transformers of War for Cybertron Kingdom line, which in that figure, he had his sword, instead of his gut blaster, his tail just became a sword. Like, he used his tail as a weapon. So here, it's referencing that as well. which is very cool. So yeah, I actually really was surprised by this figure. I wasn't that interested in it, and like I said, I got him as part of the triple pack. But honestly, I'm glad. I actually really like this Cheetor figure. It's very cool, and as you can see from the head sculpt, this resembles like animated Beast Wars Cheetor a lot closer than the movie version, because the movie version is like a big orange cheetah for some reason. It actually looks more like a tiger, which I will admit is a bit odd, but I like that design. It looks cool, but this doesn't look like it, unless somewhere in the movie he gets this. So I don't know. But I feel like what this is just an homage to the original Beast Wars figure, and a little bit, so it's kind of like a legacy homage, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's what I feel like this is, which is very cool. I think this is a very, very nice, solid figure. Very nice. So yeah, Cheetor. Very cool figure. Again, honestly, I really like the figure. Again, the only negative, if I could give it one, is that it doesn't look like his movie counterpart. Again, I have not seen the movie yet. As of this recording, the movie has not come out yet. So I don't know if he's going to look like this, but I highly doubt he will get this design. I really doubt it. So yeah, this has been my review. So like overall, I like it. I think it's a nice, solid figure. Like I said, I got this one as part of the triple pack. He will be released by himself as part of the Rise of the Beast main movie line. But yeah, and it's going to be no changes as far as I'm aware. It's going to be no changes. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Rise of the Beast Deluxe Class Cheetor. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.